I got $1 for every time you slam the door, I would be the richest girl alive. But you didn't know me, all you wanted was a game to play, and you couldn't handle that I had no ways around your magic.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Out of Control Pod. We're your hosts, Amber and Nini. And we're going to be talking about one of our recent trips we took together to one of the happiest places on earth.
Or so they say.
Dun dun dun.
We recently just went to Disney World in Orlando, and it was both of our first times there. So It was super exciting. It was super fun, and I think we're just so glad to have been able to gone with each other.
Yeah. We're super excited because it's been a while since we went to Disneyland even together.
When was the last time you went?
Oof. I have to think about this.
Oh, that means it's been too long.
I like to say grad night.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my last memory of being there at all.
Same. I went to Universal Studios more recently. I went like the summer after grad night. But even then, that was so long ago.
Oh, too many years.
And last time we were in Orlando at all was the summer before senior year of high school. And you didn't get to even go to any of the parks because you were busy being in charge.
More like suffering in my suit and tie in the Florida heat. Yeah, we went there for a school trip. And we were all there together. We were staying at the Disney World Resort, I believe.
Yes.
And you guys were able to at least go to...
We went to Harry Potter World, which was amazing. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I loved it.
You geek out on that, huh?
I do. I do. I could do a whole episode about just Harry Potter.
Bet.
What are you gonna do?
Disney. Yeah, but you guys as a class got to go to a big theme park. But I was working on the board for the club that we were in, or the organization that we were in. So I wasn't able to actually go with you guys. So I was sad. But it just made our time together even more special.
Yeah.
Because we both haven't gone to Disney World. It definitely felt like we were little kids planning our own little trip. Do you think it felt different?
Then, like, if we were actual kids or, like, in high school, yeah. Because we could actually decide on everything that we wanted to do. And I think we've traveled so much and gone to so many theme parks that we are able to better plan things as well. I heard so many stories about Epcot, and I've always wanted to go ever since we went on that high school trip for the organization that we were in.
Yeah.
Because one of our friends had a competition in Epcot. Epcot is just basically a bunch of whole countries, right? In one theme park.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of it is that you go there to eat and you go there to get drunk. So we were super excited about Epcot.
I think that was the part that we were looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
But planning the trip, we definitely wanted to at least do 2 parks. So we did Hollywood Studios the first day.
Yes. Because we wanted to go see Star Wars, which is like still kind of new, still relatively new. And everybody was raving about it. And we wanted to try the blue and green milk that everybody was talking about, which comes with shots, by the way.
And of course, we got it boozy. The only way to do it.
Yes. Even though neither of us felt anything.
We're tanks. So we strategically planned out. Let's do Hollywood Studios first because it's more ride oriented. Yeah. And then we saved Epcot best for last. And I think we're both so glad that we did that.
I think the way that we planned it was perfect because we had so much energy the first day that it was so well spent into being able to wait in line and walk all over. And Hollywood Studios is one of their smaller parks. Yeah. So you really do feel like you can get through the entire park and see everything that you want to see in a full day.
Yes.
And of course, we had looked at all the rides in the beginning to make sure that we could plan what we wanted to go to and all the food that's actually in Hollywood Studios that we wanted to try and eat. For the Star Wars world, of course, we wanted to go on the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, was this a journey. So for the Millennium Falcon, you have to join a virtual queue. And this virtual queue opens up 2 times a day. Once at 7 a.m., once at 1 p.m. So you get onto the app to try to join the virtual queue. We both woke up at 7.
Earlier than 7.
So we could get prepared. Right when it turned 7, we clicked the join the virtual queue thing and it was already closed. And I was like, okay, first of all, why did I wake up for this?
Second of all, did we do it wrong?
Right?
That was my second thought too.
Yeah.
Because we literally logged on and we're staring at that screen and it was gone by 1 second.
Seriously, like literally 1 millisecond. And then when we got to the actual theme park, we were getting on the Smuggler's Run. And we got in line and we were asking some of the team members, like, how do we get into this virtual queue? Are we doing this right? And Shia told you, right? Everything that you were doing was right.
Yeah, so she said that the virtual queue, it works in lifetime. And so she said that the reason why we probably didn't get in at the 7 o'clock was because people were already on there and refreshing the page as the seconds went by. So her recommendation was to have one person have the world clock on their phone and then the other person literally like refreshing the whole page.
Yeah.
And even to the point where she's like, don't be on the Disney Wi-Fi because it's going to be crowded in there. Be on your own mobile hotspot or just don't be on the Wi-Fi. And so we took her advice and we were waiting in line for the other Star Wars ride. And you literally had the clock on your hand.
I like literally counted down like 5, 4, 3, 2, and like you try to click it.
I practiced how long it takes to refresh.
Yeah.
I literally counted the seconds that it took to refresh the page to time it right with you. So at least this time around when we refreshed it, it popped up. It gave us the option to go into it. But
I even had the option at 7 a.m. and it still didn't work.
We just don't have fast fingers.
But the ride that we did go on was super fun. I loved it. It was probably my favorite ride of the entire trip.
Yes.
We got really lucky, I think, because for this ride, you get 6 people in the same cart thing at the same time, like the same spaceship. And we got so lucky because we were able to be the drivers or the pilots.
Yeah.
So we were in the front and we had a great view of everything.
Yes.
And oh my god, I was getting anxiety from controlling this spaceship. I was like, we're gonna crash. Whoever let us be the pilots of this, we're definitely crashing.
It was super cool because it was immersive. The ride, you were basically in one of the fighter pilots and we were the pilots.
Yeah.
And I was controlling the direction, either up or down, left or right. And then
no, you were doing left or right. I was doing up or
and
down.
That thing was not accurate.
No.
It was so sensitive. Every time I would go up, it would go way up, and then I would have to adjust. And then Nini's going left and right. It was chaotic.
Oh my gosh, it was just, we were so close to crashing every time. So I was like, I don't know how accurate this thing actually is. I don't know if we're like actually controlling it.
Yeah.
Or it's just like simulating it.
And it was also more hectic because the people behind us were the like shooters. So they were trying to take down the enemy ships as we were trying to navigate them.
Dude, we were all just screaming inside. It was hilarious.
It was so funny. And poor people in the back. I don't even know what they were doing.
I think they were just in it for the ride.
Oh.
But I think they were kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they probably enjoyed it.
Yeah. And the 2 shooters behind us were just like trying to like steer us as well. They were like, go left, go left, go up, go up. But we were just like,
trying. It was very fun. Yeah. We love that ride. So at least we got to get on that one.
Yeah. And also, pro tip, if you want to go to Oga's Cantina, which is, I think, their most popular restaurant, you need to make a reservation before.
Yeah.
Because they were fully booked.
Yes.
But even the restaurant that we did go to, it was so yummy.
They had these amazing drinks. Disclaimer, we drank a lot.
But we didn't get drunk.
So, I don't know, was it worth it?
I mean, I'm glad we remember everything.
True.
Anything.
Very true.
Yeah.
But that restaurant, I forget the name too. We'll insert it here.
Yeah.
Right here. We got 2 drinks. What else did we get? We got ribs. Oh, we had this Thai tea dessert.
Oh, yeah.
With like chocolate mousse in the middle.
Oh, the chocolate mousse was so decadent. But I couldn't really taste the Thai tea flavor.
It was very subtle.
Yeah.
Very, very subtle. To the point where if you didn't know it was Thai tea,
I would have never guessed.
you would have never guessed. We also got
Oh my god, what
hummus.
Hummus! Our favorite.
Our favorite thing ever. I think we get hummus every time we see it.
Yeah, we really do.
And I think we based our decision on the fact that there was hummus there.
I think so.
That's how you know we love hummus.
But the hummus was so good. The pita bread that it came with was so good. Everything had so much flavor. But the drinks were definitely the star of the show.
Yeah, I think one of them had like, do I want to say rose? Did it have rose in it?
I mean, one of the drinks was pink, one of the drinks was green. So if you go there, get those 2 drinks.
Yes.
Because it was boozy, but it did not taste like alcohol.
And we thought that was dangerous. But we were still fine afterwards.
Yeah, we were fine. What was so great about that area was just like the restaurant that you're in, you really feel like you're in Star Wars. Like the containers and plates that the food comes in, it feels very Star Warsy. And all of the decorations are super Star Warsy.
Yeah.
And the table that we sat at, it was amazing. And we just literally sat there for like 2.5 hours without even realizing it, just talking.
Yeah, we just enjoyed the food, the environment. I think Star Wars Land was really nicely built.
Yeah,
in general.
everything, the details that they put into everything was insane. It just felt so real.
It did. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
So our first day at Hollywood Studios, I think the highlight was to try to get onto the Star Wars ride.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't make it, but fortunately, it just means we need to go back.
Yes.
And we got great food, but it would be nothing compared to what we would experience once we got to Epcot.
And the reason we wanted to do Epcot second was because we were worried that we might get a little bit too drunk and not be able to function the next day. So we were like, we might as well just do it the second day.
Yeah.
And then that means that the last day that we're in Orlando, we have to fly home. So we can just be like dead on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was actually the plan.
Yeah.
So the second day rolls around.
And so the way Epcot is shaped is almost like, it's like a circle.
Yeah.
But the food is like a semicircle on like the bottom. So the way it's organized is like you have like Canada over here, and then you go into France and the UK and blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And then on the other side, you actually started with Mexico and then got to Norway and then the other countries, right?
Yeah.
So we were told, do not end up in Mexico at the end in Canada. And before I saw the actual map of Epcot, I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, okay, maybe we shouldn't end with shots of tequila. So that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah.
But because we were planning on drinking as much as we could, we wanted to get some food in us first.
Yes.
So we were like, okay, maybe we should just go to France to get some of the pastries because those look so good. And we can go back to Canada and like start our around the world in 8 hours trip.
We were booking it the whole day. So literally, guys, our game plan for Epcot, I think we were more serious about Epcot. This is our stuff right here.
For 2 foodies, oh hells yeah.
We're such big foodies if you guys don't know already. I think we plan trips around food. Not around places, around food. So the night before, we looked up places. In fact, in line, when we were in line at the Star Wars ride, we were looking at restaurants and places to eat in line because we were so excited. And we try to plan out, okay, this is where we want to go, this is where we want to end up, this is how many drinks we want to drink. Important.
Which is every drink, really.
Every drink. So we started out in Canada. And I think it was because we were both hangry.
I think we were trying to book it to France. Yeah. But because we were already in Canada, we saw and we were like, you know what? We might as well. Let's just go in.
This is true. And we hit up this apple orchard themed amphitheater. It was amazing just walking into it. We walked into the shape of a circle, literally a circle. And this circle was surrounded by curved screens all around the room. And it was playing this beautiful like orchard.
Yeah, like apple picking music that you would imagine. And we got the apple tart.
Oh my god, I still think about it to this day, guys.
It was so good. I don't know if you were just hungry or if it was like actually that good.
Both.
Probably. We got this cider flight. And we got this drink called Apple Blossom.
Oh, yeah.
Apple Sky Blossom.
I'm surprised
like
you
that.
remembered the name of it. I do not.
I just looked at the receipt. But yeah, it came in like a Moscow Mule kind of cup, and it was a slushy. And it had marshmallows, like mini marshmallows on top.
Yes.
And it was like strong enough where you could taste the alcohol, but it tasted really good.
It was very refreshing to start off.
Yeah, especially in the humidity.
We started off strong, shared 3 cider cups. I think we enjoyed 2 of them. One of them was not it. And so we tossed it. And then the drink itself, we took that with us. And let me tell you guys, like by the time we get to the end of the story, you're going to wonder how we ate so much food.
I wonder how we ate so much food.
Well, you got 2 stomachs of foodies who wants to eat everything and drink everything. And we're determined. So that recipe together.
This is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But we then started like making our way. So this park is kind of huge in the sense that you wouldn't even want to go from Canada to Mexico because that might take too long.
It's just too far. Yeah.
So we really wanted to go try France's food. So that was the next place we hit up.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to go to some like restaurants, some bakeries and stuff. But literally all of their food stalls has such amazing food. That's basically where we stopped at. And in France, they had this like 4 cheese beignet thing. This escargot croissant.
I'm imagining it right now.
Oh my god, what kind of creme brulee was it? It was like alcohol infused.
Oh, yes. Grand Marnier?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we got their like basically slushy alcohol frozen drink.
Yes.
And I think like when I saw the menu, I was like, okay, let's just get like one thing and then one drink. But when we started reading the menu, we're just like, oh my god, that sounds good. Oh my god, that sounds good. Okay, we're getting everything.
And we're enablers.
Yeah.
We don't stop each other.
No.
So we said, okay. But I don't think we were good. Everything was so good.
I think that was one of my favorite foods of the day. The beignet, it wasn't really a beignet. It was more like a brioche filled donut almost. Yeah. But like when you cut into it, the cheese just oozes out, and it was beautiful.
It was marvelous. I think we like ate everything too.
Oh yeah, we're not wasting any of that.
Nope. I mean, we ate the food next to this fountain they had in the square
with that like Eiffel Tower in the background.
The environment, like every single country we went to,
you really feel transported.
And I felt like we were in France. The music that they play was very on brand.
It almost sounded like we were in Ratatouille.
There's actually a Ratatouille part of the park opening up later on too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But they weren't open when we were there.
We're just gonna go back.
Another reason to go back.
And we're gonna get drunk this time because we did not feel anything.
I think it's because we ate too much food.
I think so too.
While we got drinks, we ate like twice the amount of food per drink.
Yeah.
So I think we just pretty much canceled it out.
Yeah, and we did share a lot of the drinks. It wasn't like we had one drink per person. It was like we had half a drink per person.
That's true.
So it was like half a shot for each of us.
Ooh. Yeah. So next time, we're starting off in Mexico.
Oh.
Taking those shots.
Oh.
Without no apple tart.
Oh.
And getting our own drink.
So after France, we were trying really hard to take this person's advice to not end in Mexico.
Yeah.
So we were like, we might as well start in Mexico. So we booked it literally to the opposite end of the theme park. And we go in and, oh my god, first of all, it's so beautiful inside. Yeah. And they have like these like cocoa themed paintings and like sculptures and everything. It was just so cute. We go into the restaurant and they specialize in basically tequila drinks. And a lot of tequila cocktails.
And tequila in general. They had a selection of over probably 100 tequilas that you can choose from.
And so we sit down and we look at all the drinks. And they all looked so good.
Yeah.
But we ultimately decided to get the flight of 3 kinds of tequila, and then on top of that, a cocktail.
But nothing would beat the main course that I think we both like just fangirled over the whole time and still do. We got this thing of chips and guac,
Which I wasn't really expecting much of. It was just like probably some like normal homogenized guac.
literally just I was expecting something to chase down our tequila shots.
Yeah.
But it came out, first of all, they gave us a whole thing of guacamole. It like was the size of our palm.
Yeah,
You know,
and it was like overfilled.
Yeah. And it came with this amazing like spicy salsa.
Yeah.
And we both had one on each side. And then of course in the middle was this huge heaping of chips.
Like a mountain, like Mount Everest of tortilla chips.
Yes. It was the size of like our heads.
Yeah.
And we took our first bite of the guacamole and we're just like, I don't think we ever stopped reaching our hands into the chip basket.
So when our shots came, it came with a little shot glass of tomato juice like thing.
Oh, yeah.
That was supposed to act as our chaser.
Yes.
And honestly, that is probably one of the best tequila chasers I've had.
It tasted kind of like a spicy...
Bloody Mary?
Yeah. Like a spicy Bloody Mary.
Okay.
But a bit more thicker.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just cut the tequila so well.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded me of like a pickleback. People hate picklebacks, but I personally love it because it cuts the alcohol so well.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I don't like the taste of alcohol. Like I want it to just go down.
I don't think anybody likes the taste of alcohol.
Maybe that's why we enjoyed it so much.
Probably.
Yeah.
But even the alcohol, the tequila shots that we had, it was so smooth.
Yes.
Like, they went down so easy. We didn't even really need the chaser.
It was what? We had 3 different types of tequila. It was like Blanco, Respirado, and some other third one.
I remember none of that, so kudos to you.
Well, we had 3 different types, and each one was a bit more darker and stronger, I think. But each one, we were surprised at how well we were able to take it.
Yeah, because normally when we take shots at the club or anywhere else, after we take it, we're just like, we're just like reaching for like gulping down the chaser, like sucking the lime super hard.
But this time around, we were just like,
not bad.
Yummy.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it so much. Honestly, I want to say that next to the restaurant that we went to for dinner, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that tequila place was like second best.
Yeah.
It was a good contender for sure. I don't think we felt drunk at any time.
No.
We did not feel drunk.
Absolutely not.
Like by this point, we were hoping to feel something.
Especially because we were like tequila shots.
Yeah. How much more stronger can you get than
Right.
tequila
3
shots?
tequila shots.
It didn't do anything to us.
No.
Too much chips and guac. Afterwards, what do we do? Do we get more drinks?
I think we went to the we got the coffee drink.
Ooh, yes.
It was like some black and white coffee drink it tasted like Kahlua pretty much.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just gave us Kahlua, to be honest.
It really did just taste like it. But it tasted good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
And then we went to this like the only like thrill ride that they had, which was like a race car one where you're supposed to design your own race, and then you get into the ride and it basically like zooms, right?
Yes.
But honestly, it was not that thrilling.
Yeah, and the line was very long. Each of us got our own, the Kahlua drink for each other. And I think that's the only time I felt slightly tipsy. Like waiting in line after I drank it, I was like, okay, I feel a little bit.
Yeah.
But even then, it was a very short buzz.
Yeah.
Most people were saying that the lines are actually shorter than they usually are.
What?
Typically, because you have to have reservations to get into the park itself for both Disneyland and Disney World right now. So there's only a select capacity in the parks at any given time every day. So I can't imagine what it's like on just like a normal basis. We thought the lines were long, but it really wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, even when we were in Hollywood Studios, I did expect the lines to be a lot longer. Like the popular one, Star Wars.
Yeah.
I expected to wait like 2 hours, but I don't think we waited over like a little bit more than an hour in line.
They overestimated the wait time.
I mean, even like Tower of Terror, which is normally like one of the most popular rides, which we had so much fun on.
We love that ride.
It said the estimated wait time was like 45 minutes. I think we waited like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We just like kept on moving. What did we do after the ride?
Ooh, I know what we did. We went back to Mexico.
Oh, to grab the margaritas.
Yes.
Is that what we did?
The margaritas were so good. I enjoyed them thoroughly.
Yeah.
They had the it
Black
was just
sugar.
It had the black sugar rim, and it was a normal classic margarita. But honestly, it was probably better than the mango one that we had at the tequila.
Yeah, it was definitely stronger.
Yes. We were both glad about it.
Yeah, but it also did nothing.
And then we got churros with that.
Those were good.
Those were really yum. But the crazy thing is we decided to get a whole cup of margarita and a thing of churros right before our dinner reservations.
Okay, we're stupid.
We were literally eating the whole day.
Yeah.
We're just talking about food.
In Mexico, there's also this guy that like carves words onto rings.
Yeah.
And that was super cool.
There's a lot of cool little knick-knack shops in Disney World. And so much to explore. I feel like every single time you go will be a different experience depending upon what you're looking for.
And who you go with.
Who you go with, yep. And what your goal is.
Yeah.
For us,
Just to get drunk.
was to get drunk. So, on to this adventure of trying to get drunk. We finish all of that food and we make our way to Le Cellier, which was the dinner reservations that we made. And I don't know, were we expecting a lot at all?
Honestly, not really. I know it's that one in particular is rated as one of the top restaurants. I mean, the food looked good, but I don't think we were expecting something like mind-blowing, like a nice restaurant on the Strip.
But we were pleasantly surprised by everything we got there.
We got this like beef bourguignon. Poutine. The poutine was so good.
And this was in Canada, so we went back to Canada by this point.
We also got the filet mignon with, it was like a mushroom risotto on the bottom.
Oh, as the bed.
That was so good.
And then we also got cheddar soup. Like
yes.
Cheddar bacon soup. Oh my god, amazing.
I mean, I normally don't really like thick soups like that, but that was so good.
And you know what was even better? Was the bread. We love bread, but this bread.
The pretzel bread was so soft and like spongy almost. And every other bread selection they had so much flavor. And our server recommended to us that we dip the bread in the soup. And that was just a whole new, I literally felt like Remy from Ratatouille. It was just like
explosions. And they gave us this maple sugar butter.
Ooh, that was so good.
It was the perfect mix of sweetness and like nuttiness from the butter with the bread, the warm bread. Oh, we just made a carnage of bread strewn everywhere with our food. It was so much fun.
And on top of that, we ordered ice wines, a flight of ice wine, which is what Canada is known for. And it was just, so good.
Ice wine, it's hard to go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's sweet. So if you like sweet alcohol, you're going to love ice wine. But these ice wines, they had notes of like cherry, they had honey.
Apricot, I think.
Yeah, apricot. Oh, the dish that surprised me the most was probably the poutine.
Same.
We took a bite together. We like went 1, 2, 3, cheers! The moment we put it into our mouths, I think we just like both looked at each other like poutine. And I don't know, I'm not a really big fan of poutine because every single one I've had was just like fries.
It's
with
literally
gravy.
fries and gravy and cheese curds. I don't really eat steak regularly. Like, it's not usually my go-to choice of meal if there's other things on the menu like pasta dishes and stuff.
Oh, yes.
But this one, the filet mignon, it was cooked to perfection. Like, we got rare.
Yeah.
And it didn't taste rubbery at all. There was so much flavor in it. It just like melts in your mouth.
And it had this beautiful cherry asparagus marmalade almost on top, which like balanced out the flavor. I feel like we're just in love with food. We're just talking about food.
We love Italian
food.
Risotto is probably one of my favorite dishes. And this one was like a mushroom truffle. And anytime there's truffle on the menu, I will order it.
I can attest.
Mm-hmm.
The risotto just melted in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that it paired with the steak
Mm-hmm.
was just like an explosion of flavors.
Mm-hmm.
We're so full by the time we were eating all these dishes and by the time we got to the end of dinner, but we did not leave a single drop.
Every time the waiter came to ask if she wanted like us or her to take food away, we're just like, no, we need to finish everything on this plate.
We forgot. We also got a glass of wine each.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. We ate a lot.
We did. We ate and we drank a lot.
Yes. So we did all of that. And I decided that we're going to pretend that it's your birthday. So I told the waitress and was like, it's her birthday. Like as I was going to the bathroom. And before you know it, she brings out the chocolate mousse.
Mm-hmm. I think she asked us beforehand, like, oh, do you guys have room for dessert?
Oh, yes.
And we were like, I think we're just going to get the check. Thank you so much. The food was so good. And then when she brings the check, she brings a mousse. And I was like, Amber.
Come on, everyone does it, okay? No shame.
It was so cute. It was literally in the shape of a mousse.
It had like M&M eyes and like shaped ears for the mousse. It was literally a chocolate mousse.
Yeah. And after that, we were like, okay, we have to go take pictures at every single country.
Oh my god.
So we got pictures at Canada right before we went to the restaurant. And everyone that we asked to take pictures, they were so helpful. They got all the angles. We were just like, holy crap, like, we got really lucky asking everybody. So we stopped in every single country. We were like, okay, we gotta get pictures everywhere.
Yeah.
And by that time we were stuffed. Like I couldn't breathe. I'm sure you couldn't breathe either. But we were still trying to try things at different countries that we didn't hit before. So we
made it from Canada to France to...
We got this like baklava thing at the Mediterranean place, like Morocco or Greece.
Yeah, Morocco was it?
We got like the sushi thing in Japan.
Oh, like a tuna sushi.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember what else we got.
The yuzu drink.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. But by that time we were just so full. And then we made our way around. Where else did we hit?
Oh, we went to like China, Japan, Norway. Oh my gosh. When we were in Norway, we asked somebody to take a picture for us. And okay, so
mimic, yeah.
Okay. So he goes like this.
Yes. And then I go, oh, can you take it the other way? Like flip
like
it?
Like this. And then so we were like posing for him and he goes, yeah, of course. So he goes like...
He does a whole 180 for those listening on our Spotify. Instead of turning it 90 degrees.
To like vertical?
Yeah,
Okay, so he was holding it horizontally for our Spotify listeners. And then we wanted him to do it like vertically.
Yeah.
And then he basically goes from one horizontal to the other horizontal side. And we're like, okay, yeah.
I kind of like chuckled. I was like,
but the picture still ended up being really cute.
They were. I love those photos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was drunk.
Pretty sure. We should have been like him.
We should have.
Yeah, so then we made our way around the world, basically. And ended up in Mexico. Took our picture. And, there was a fireworks show.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the night.
We were literally on our way out.
Yeah.
And we stopped in a tracks because the fireworks show was actually so beautiful.
It was so pretty. It's probably better than the one in Disneyland, the California Adventures one. But it took me back to when I was little and, when you feel that magical Disney feeling as a child. That's something I don't think I could ever forget. It's like it's in your stomach, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like butterflies almost.
And did you know Disney is the second company, I guess, that buys the most explosives in the country?
It makes sense, though. They do a fireworks show every night.
Yeah. And in multiple theme parks.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. They go through a lot of fireworks.
But as we were walking out, oh, my gosh, I was dying.
Oh.
Like, every step I took, I wanted to throw up.
You were sick. You didn't feel good.
I did not feel good.
I think, did it hit you all at once, maybe?
Probably. I think it was just like that one thing that we got in Japan, which was our last thing. It just took me over the top. But no regrets. I would probably do it again. I mean, when we got back to the place that we were staying at, we literally got to our room. We both knocked out on the floor.
I think for a good hour, we were just like...
Yeah, we actually fell asleep.
Talk about food coma. I think that was food coma.
Yeah.
But it was a good way to end our Disney World experience.
It was such a great, positive trip overall.
Yeah. And it was one of my last trips before I start full-time work again after having quit 6 months ago. So it was kind of like the last hurrah for me and for us to do it together, and just another story to put in our books. But to end off the story, we didn't stop our drinking adventures there.
We didn't?
No. Flight.
Okay, before the flight, we went to get lunch at this place called Lao Street Food, I think. They had this tapioca dumpling that we wanted to get, but they were sold out because they were just so popular and so busy that they had such a hectic morning. So we ended up getting these Thai wings, chicken bao thing, I think it was.
Like a fried chicken.
Yeah, that was so good. And this curry ramen, curry noodles, it was so good.
And I think we got this matcha drink. It was alcoholic.
Yeah, it was like a matcha tea that was supposed to be like very little % of like alcohol.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it was that good.
I enjoyed it.
Oh.
But we were drinking on our way home.
Yeah.
And it didn't stop there, because once we boarded our flight back to Vegas,
this girl she opens the flight food menu and she points at the highball and she's like, so, and I'm like, I'm down.
Can you blame me?
So this was the first time I've actually ordered food on a plane.
Same. I usually just eat the complimentary snacks.
Or I'll just sleep through it probably.
Yeah.
But we got a cheese board on top of that, and the Pop-Tart bites.
But to be fair, we did not eat dinner. We just ate lunch, and we boarded our flight, and it was like a 4-hour flight.
Oh, that is true.
So we hadn't eaten for couple hours and it was dinner time.
Yeah, that is true. But like when we were on the plane, we were like, cheers, with all like the cheese and stuff, with the drinks and everything. And the girl next to us just like, she looked over and she was like, you guys are so cute.
She was so adorable.
She was.
You gotta continue the energy all the way through from start to finish. That's the way to do it.
And I was like, dude, this is probably gonna get us like pretty tipsy, at least because we're so high in elevation.
Nope.
Did not feel anything.
It made me tired, which was good, because we took a nap.
Yeah.
And we were both really tired.
Yeah.
So that was good. And I think that's why people take it, so that they can knock out.
Probably.
So, recommend. Certified.
Highball.
But overall, what would you give this trip?
Ooh.
Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, no. To 10 being, hell yes.
Ooh, like a -50.
You know what? I was gonna say -60. So we're not very far off here. So I'm glad we're on the same wavelength.
You know, same energy, right?
Same energy.
No, but seriously, it was like 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
Would do it again, 100%.
So many memories. We can say we've been to Disney World.
Finally.
There are other parks that we still need to hit up one of these days.
Animal Kingdom and like actual Disney World, like Disneyland and everything. Magical Kingdom.
Yes.
Apparently there's like a really pretty Pandora from Avatar and Animal Kingdom.
Oh my god.
And like Magical Kingdom is just the classic.
Yes.
You know?
And even then, we didn't get to try all the food in Epcot, and we want to do Epcot differently now too. So we have options. I'm glad that we both agree on how to travel, how to have fun together.
I think it's so important to find a travel buddy that you vibe with so well. And because we're both so like flexible with anything, we don't really let things like not being able to get into the virtual queue, like that was hard, obviously, because we both really wanted to. Yeah. But honestly, in the end, we're just here to have a good time.
And we did. We didn't really dwell on it at all.
Yeah.
I was sad for like 1 second.
Yeah.
And then I realized we're in a line for another ride, so like it's gonna be fun. And I think that's the important part about taking trips is that you're on a trip for a reason and you don't want to necessarily ruin the mood.
Yeah.
Little things really get in the way of making memories. That's important.
Yeah.
So not to ruin the trip for yourself, but for other people that you're on it with. This is just one of many other
many
trips.
more.
Yeah. You're stuck with me.
You're stuck with me.
Oh, God.
So that was just a little bit of a recap of our most recent trip to the Happiest place on
Yeah.
Earth.
We have Mickey ears to prove it.
We do. We were trying on the Mickey ears in the store. We were going back and forth from the rack with everything to the dressing room outside. And even the person that was checking out was she was like, oh, I saw you guys going there.
She was so happy. She's like, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, she was like, everybody else just tries it on without the mirror. And I'm like, no.
Do you do that with clothes?
Exactly.
No.
If you go to Epcot, definitely try to do it the day before you're trying to go home.
Yes.
It's an amazing time. Depending on how you travel, you might want to plan things out, look up all the restaurants, look up all the food that you get to try while you're there. The app is so useful because it gives you live wait time notices. So you know where should we strategically go stand in line and everything. This just reminded me of how much fun it is to take trips to theme parks and everything, and how fun it is. And even though you're waiting in line and it's hot, it's still such a great time. So
when you were on the ride, you were required to wear the mask. Every time you entered an indoor building, you had to wear a mask. Obviously, when you're outdoors or if you're eating and drinking actively, you were not required as most places. But as of right now, things can change. Disney World is adhering to all of the mask guidelines that will keep each other safe. And I think we definitely felt the workers and Disney World in general was taking it cautiously and seriously. Yeah, take that into consideration if you're planning your next trip, and then go from there.
Well, thank you so much for listening to us ramble on about our fun trips and about food and drinking. We really hope that you will plan a trip that you enjoy soon. And if you ever need any recommendations from Disney World, always feel free to contact us, email us, DM us on Instagram. Be sure to comment, and subscribe. We love seeing you here. And to follow us on Spotify and Instagram. And as always, let us know if you have anything that you would like us to talk about. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.